snowing in Houston. Okay. And our trees are still green. Houston's a little confused. Is it like living in Houston? Bipolar.
I'm willing to risk it all. I really want to be a light in a completely different way. For the sake of obedience.
What's up, Ollie for Purpose? We are back with another video. This video is about to be a little spicy because y'all getting in my business, but it's okay because I gave y'all permission. Yes, today we will be doing a Q&A. Y'all, I'm so tired of this neck brace. I feel like every other day I retire this neck brace because I'm tired. I'm tired, mama. I'm tired. Like, it do be feeling so much more comforting to wear because when I don't wear it, my neck be feeling so boneless. It feel like it's just like a piece of chicken. I'm falling off the bone. But I be feeling like I'm suffocating too when I do wear it. So it's just like, you know what? I'm going to try to thug these 5 weeks out, but I'm over it. So if you see it off and on, then off, then on, mind your business. We look and we don't judge, okay? But come on, let's go get into the video. Well, it's crazy that I'm in my own hot seat today, but it's okay because I'm trying to build a community. So I feel like this is like the beginning of building that community is y'all getting to know me. So I decided to do a Q&A and I'm going to be as honest as possible, okay? We're gonna be as honest as possible with this Q&A. I haven't done one of these since like literally a year ago, but I feel like this is gonna be good. So let's get into it. The first question is, are you dating? That is a hard no. I'm not dating. My phone is just dry. It's dry. It's real dry. Yeah, it's dry. Then it feels like also like I'm being hidden from God because it's like I have no interest in these men and I feel like no men have no interest in me. And even if they do, they not coming forward. So it's like I be in the house, I don't be seeing nobody. I'm not finna double back because I left them for a reason, or we not together for a reason. We not messing with each other for a reason. So yeah, I just feel like I'm hidden right now from everything and everybody. So no, I'm not dating right now. And that's the honest truth, because y'all know, well, the person who asked this, no, I keep a little 1 2 1 2 0, nada, zip, nothing. So no, I am not dating, y'all. Next question is, how has it been being a mom in your 20s? Girl, because I've been a mom since I was 18, it's like I'm used to it now. And then being that I'm walking with God, I don't really feel like I'm missing out on nothing because I'm not interested in those things anyway. The thing I will say is learning to not be selfish. So it's like I'm kind of trying to figure out my life while raising someone too. So it's like we growing together. So it's beauty in it. Like I don't mind. Like I'm not mad or upset or regretful that I'm a mom in my 20s. It just is what it is, cuz he gonna watch his mama get rich and that's just what it is. So I don't mind. It ain't nothing to me. I don't care. Like back then probably would have bothered me, but no, we getting our life together. So and this will come with growing and getting your life together. So no, I'm not mad at all. Was it expected? It wasn't expected to have a 5-year-old at 23, but starting a family in like my 20s, yes, that was very much expected for when I was younger. Like I wanted to have my kids young because when I get older, I'm out. I'm traveling, you know, like y'all good, I'm good. Bye. So next question is, was it hard switching your life entirely to Christ? So this is like a yes and no kind of situation because I love change, and I feel like I love change because ever since a kid I had to endure change. Like I always seen ourselves moving or just something new happening in our life. So I was really okay with change. I was equipped for change. So when it came to like finally finding God, I was in a place of where I was so hurt and so lost. So when I found that God can help me and save me from that and make me better, because I'm all about growth too. I was ready. I was cool. I was good with switching. The only hardest part about it was like navigating through people who can't come with me. Like that's what kind of hurt me the most was switching my life to Christ, is figuring out that everybody's not going to choose Christ with me. So I have to go pretty much by myself. So letting go of some stuff was kind of difficult, but it's not like I didn't want to. Like if this would come with it, then okay, I gotta let it go. So I would say yes and no to it being hard to switch my life entirely to Christ. Next question number 4 is, what is some advice you would give to your younger self? I would say, ooh, that's a good question, y'all. Hold on, let me think about that one. How young we talking? Because this is something that has been on my mind, but I don't know if it's so much advice to my younger self. Something that's been on my mind is telling myself, like, it has to take time. Like the dreams that I had as a kid, they didn't happen instantly, but I see them manifesting themselves now. So anything that I'm dreaming right now, it has to take time to manifest. So I would say enjoy the journey, give it time, and love those around you, because life changes like that. Like there's some friendships, relationships, or just places that I kind of like grieve and miss because I took advantage of them, or I never like actually soaked in where I was. Like it's such a beauty in being where you are now. Whether that's good or bad, you have to find the beauty in it, because once you in your next season, that's it. All of that is just a memory. So I would say good job. I would tell my younger self, good job. Thank you for being creative. Enjoy the journey and love yourself. So I think that answers the question in a way. That's my answer to that question. Number 5, when did you get rid of your old habits and how did you stop? I hope nobody has like an image of me like being perfect, because I'm far from perfect, y'all. I still have a attitude, okay? I still deal with some anger. I still deal with like a lot of stuff like lust, overthinking. There's a lot of things that I deal with. So I would say what helps me, I would like kind of change this question in a little bit and say what helps me recognize and stop old habits. I would say that. What helps me recognize things that I'm doing that are not good and stop them? Being self-aware. So if I see myself doing something and I don't like it, like say for instance, when I just recognized myself like being super angry and stuff like that, I had to give it to God. Like I had to tell him like, what is this? Why do I feel like this? And how can we fix this? How can we change this? So really recognizing my bad habits, giving them to God, and letting him teach me like a father should. Like when you mess up or when you do wrong, doesn't your parent correct you? Doesn't your parent discipline you? It's no different from with God. So that's what I have to do. I just have to sit with myself, recognize what I did, take accountability, and just be self-aware and correct it. So yeah. And then we can go back to like a habit. So biting my nails, I kind of stopped doing that by just like, again, if I know that it stems from anxiety, whenever I feel anxious, I'm going to be aware of my anxiety in that moment, and I won't resort into biting my nails, but I will distract myself, or again, I will talk to God. And smoking. How did I stop smoking? I chose a date, and I said, God told me to choose a date. Chose a date to stop smoking, stuck to that date, cold turkey. So kind of just like wanting to do it. You have to have a willingness to stop doing what you're doing, period. I can't tell you nothing. I can encourage you, but I can't tell you. You have to want to do it yourself. So, yeah. Next question. Question number 6. Was it an easy transition into just fully living by God's word? Absolutely not. It was not an easy transition. Living to his word, like wanting to know him, sure. Living according to his word, absolutely not, because I don't know every word in the Bible. But as I'm going through life, as I'm going through seasons and situations, he reveals himself to me, and I just have to be obedient and say yes to the lesson that I'm learning. So it's not easy because it's kind of like you have to go through it and then he teaches you after. Like, you're not going to know what's right from wrong until you actually do it. So, yeah. Sometimes I even still fall short. Like, his word can tell me, do not be afraid, do not be discouraged. Then when he tell me to go to this speaking engagement and I'm afraid or I'm discouraged or whatever the case may be, I'm not totally living up to his word, but his word is still written in my heart, if that makes sense. So nothing's easy, y'all. Nothing's easy. Like I said, you just have to have a willingness to do it. And I feel like I have a willingness to do it. So, yeah. Question number 7. Were there times you almost gave up and thought it would be easier to just sin? Heck yeah. But if y'all heard that song by Travis Green, Won't Let Go, he literally always makes that song play some way, somehow, every time I want to give up. Every time I want to give up. And then it's just like, I'll have that thought of like wanting to give up and go back to sin, but then my body, nothing in me will let me do that because I know it's not safe over there. Like, I know that sin is not safe. Like, yes, it hurts walking with God, but it's gonna hurt more walking in this world. So I'll have the thoughts of like, dang, I just want to give up, bro, because it be hard. Like, it really do be hard. But in all actuality, I'm not gonna give up because I done came too far. So yes, there were times, probably even last week, like, for real. How many signs or times did God show or tell before you actually listened and obeyed? A lot, because when he was actually like kind of showing himself and showing that he was calling me, it's when I was smoking. Like, it was when I was smoking. He would tell me to stop smoking, but I didn't want to stop smoking because of like who I was around, or just like, I'm sorry, that wallpaper behind me is bothering me. But I didn't want to stop smoking because of like who I was around or how it would make me feel, or because it was just difficult in the moment. So I don't have no number, but he definitely did try to like call me a lot before I actually like listened and obeyed. I promise you, everything changed once I put that blunt down. Once I put that blunt down, everything changed. For real, for real. Okay, so, next question, where y'all in my business. But it's okay because I need to be free too. So, this question is advice or my experience on sexual immorality. So sexual immorality can come in different forms, in different things, all of this stuff. So it can be from fornication, homosexuality, sex before marriage, like all of these things. Did I fall short to all of these things? Yes. Okay. So, but I will say it really does help if you have self-control. Self-control is a fruit of the spirit. So you will be tempted by the devil just because he know that you have fallen short to those things time and time before. But when God comes to test you with it, you need self-control to pass the test. Like, we don't understand how much self-control really does play a part in us not sinning. Like, if you can tell yourself no long enough, because God is going to provide a way from you to flee from all these temptations and everything. You have to flee. It doesn't say, the Bible does not tell you to sit and tell that sin no, flee. Get out of that sin's way so that you won't be tempted. So I will say that it's kind of just like not putting yourself in those situations to sin. If you know you struggle with drinking, don't go out to a bar, don't go out to a lounge, don't go out to a club where there's going to be drinks and you know that you're going to say yes. So kind of like not putting yourself in those predicaments to be tempted to sin. Because, you know, after you drink, you know, that triggers hormones in your bodies where it's like, oh, I miss my ex, let me text him. Now you go into his house to have sex. So really just thinking about these cause and effect situations, saying no beforehand, saying no and having self-control beforehand, not even putting yourself in these predicaments for these things to happen. So yeah, my experience on, what's it called? Sexual immorality, baby. Hold on, let me check a definition real quick. Let me do a little fact check real quick for these folks try to get me. You gotta know what you're talking about. Fornication. So consensual sexual intercourse between people who are not married to each other. So I was gonna say my experience with masturbation. Like, that's one thing that I kind of like struggle with, but I want to say it's not like a big struggle because I can go a long period of time without doing it, but then there'll be this one time, it's either like in my ovulation period. Y'all know, the girls know it be getting a little tense when you ovulating. So it's just like, I'm fighting with, I literally hear the enemy telling me, just do it one more time, it won't hurt, satisfy yourself, or things like that. And I will literally try to ignore it so bad. Like, I will do so good at ignoring. Then it'll be this just one time where I'll be like, oh yeah, I mean, it's okay, God gonna forgive me. Don't be like me. Do not take advantage of God's grace. Do not say that God is going to forgive you, because yes, he is, but you have the self-control to say no. Okay? So, yeah. That's my experience with sexual immorality. Next question is, how long do you plan on staying in Houston? I don't know. I will be here as long as the Lord tells me to. If he tells me to move again, then baby, we out. Okay? But for now, I'm here until he tells me to. I was thinking about like New York the other day. It was just a thought in my head. I was thinking about New York. But who knows when or if that will happen. Right now, I reside in Houston because I still have so much more to see and like so much more seeds to plant. Like, I know that my assignment here is not finished, so I'll be here for a while. Next question. What's something about you that might surprise people? What's something about me? Hey, Holy Spirit, you're gonna have to help me. What's something about me that might surprise people? I don't know. I like long and deep conversations. Is that something? I'm annoying. I used to be insecure. Well, I used to not think that I was like pretty. I used to be a bully. Not like a big bully, but I was mean. I hope this is surprising because I ain't finna go down the whole list. Nah. I feel like that's something that's surprising. We just gonna go with that because I feel like all my friends know me. Like, I'd rather be by myself than out. I'm a homebody. Is that surprising? No, I don't feel like. Next question is, what made you publish a book and start selling tote bags? So that's two questions. So what made me publish a book is, that was my assignment in that season. So being obedient. Obedience made me publish a book. I've been wrote the book probably since 2023 to 2024. 2023. I've been wrote the 2022 I started writing the book. 2023 I pretty much finished the book. Then 2024 is when I finalized the book. So obedience allowed me to publish a book because I was just interested in poetry. I would always just write how I feel and things like that. I thought it was cool to publish a poetry book, but I never thought that I never thought that I could actually publish a book. Like, I thought it would take so much more, but nah, it took God just isolating me and actually focusing and publishing that book. So yeah, that answers that question. And then what made me start selling tote bags? 2023, I was supposed to been have these tote bags out. God Ben gave me the vision, Ben gave me the idea. That's why I said, like, talking to my younger self, like, I'll have an idea, but sometimes the ideas is not meant to be birthed as soon as you get it. Like, it has to take time to grow, you know, and be able, and then come to pass, come to manifest. Just like with a baby, like when you conceive, that's when the seed is being formed, and it takes 9 months for the baby to actually grow and be ready to be birthed. So that's the same thing with the ideas. Like, some can be, you know, quickly birthed, but sometimes some things take time. So I feel like I always loved tote bags, and I wanted tote bags to be a part of my brand, like, because that's something authentically that expresses who I am, as well as sharing the gospel. So that's why I started selling tote bags. Next question. Can you share a moment or experience that shaped who you are today? God. Hold on. Okay. Most of y'all don't know this, but my mom is like sick. Like, she deals with diabetes and kidney failure. So it was one, I want to say in 2018, I was dating my son's father at the time, and he had dropped me off at home. And then I came home and I was looking for my mom. I knew she was there, but I couldn't find her. And I was just calling her name or whatever. Then I went in her room and she was literally on the floor, basically like having a seizure. And she had like a cord like kind of wrapped around her neck. It was kind of like scary to see and all that stuff. So after seeing that, it kind of like freaked me out because I was in a moment of like, I was just shocked. I didn't actually know what to do because I've never seen my mom like that. So it kind of hurt me, of course. Like who wouldn't it hurt? So I seen that, and after that, that's when like pretty much our whole life has changed because she ended up getting sick. Then COVID came around, ended up getting laid off. We ended up like leaving our house. This is a lot to talk about. I never spoke on this for real to nobody. I only spoke on this to really just one person in my life. Ended up leaving our house. Ended up shutting down my business too. So I feel like that moment literally changed who I was and shaped me into who I am today. Other than the fact that I literally had a son, like I had to get a C-section with my son at 18 years old. That was traumatizing too. So it's just like those moments really shaped me into who I am today because I have like a different view on life. Not only do I view that life is short, but it's also a gift from God. And yeah. It's like kind of like everything is meaningless, but still don't be lazy. Don't be lazy in your work. Like I seen my mom go through so much to the point where I gotta go hard because I feel like although God is responsible, but I feel like I am responsible too for like changing my family's life. And it's not like a burden. It's something that I want to and I'm willing to do, because had I not see those things happen or see my family go through those things, then I wouldn't have the strive that I have now. So I feel like that moment, that experience changed my life or shaped me into who I am today, like a woman. Yeah, I'm a growing woman. Next question. Let's lighten some things up a little bit. Got a little dark. Y'all feel that? What is my comfort food? My go-to. She said, what is my go-to comfort food? I like jalapeno kettle cooked chips. I like those. Them is good. I like those. Them is real good. Dang. Burgers. Duh. Burgers. My go-to comfort food is burgers. Give me a burger and a fry, please. Yeah, that's my go-to comfort food. Next question is, what inspired you to start blogging and sharing your life online? I'm a blogger. I guess you can say I'm a blogger. Oh, that's pretty cool. I've been like this since a kid, bruh. I just talk too much, okay? I just find myself real interesting in my life, real interesting, and I just want to share it because who cares? Like, you know, part of me does do whatever, care about being judged, but then part of me don't. Like, I don't know, it's just something in me who would be like, share this, share that, you know, because you never know who you like inspiring. So I feel like after hearing compliments like that, or hearing like, Jada, you funny, or Jada, you're inspiring, or things like that, it just makes me keep going because like, this is who I am on and off camera. Like, big facts, this is who I am on and off camera. So I can't really pinpoint the exact thing that inspired me, but I just feel like if this is who I am off camera, I'm pretty sure somebody can relate or, you know, like what I do on camera. So, yeah. I hope that answers the question. Next question is, how do you balance authenticity with presenting your best self on camera? Like I said, like, I feel like what I do in real life, I feel like somebody could either relate to or somebody could be inspired by. So I just pick up my camera and share. Like, it's cool. I like YouTube now because I talk a lot. Like, I don't talk a lot in person, but I talk a lot like when I'm by myself, because I think people have this idea of just because you're introverted, you're not interesting or you don't have nothing to offer. No, the most introverted people is the people who are in tune with themselves and have so much to say, so much to talk about. So yeah, I balance my authenticity with presenting my best self on camera because I know there's somebody out there who will see me for exactly who I am, and I don't really care. And social media should be fun. Like, why is there such a big standard on how you should show up or who you should be? Be yourself. And I think something that also helped me was like when I used to always be afraid of like interviews, and I remember God telling me one time, like, you're sitting here trying, like, I was literally practicing what I'm gonna say or who I'm gonna be in the interview. And God was like, you're trying to be somebody else in the interview. Show up as yourself. Show up as yourself. You have a professional aspect, a professional side to you, but still be yourself. You're trying to be all these different things and people. Just be yourself. So, how do I balance that? Knowing that I have different aspects and different sides and different personalities to me, but they all correlate. They're all who I am. So just pick up the camera and show up as myself. Sounds good? I think so. But next question. We almost done, y'all. We almost done. Next question is, how do you like Houston? And if given the chance, would you move back to Atlanta? No. No. I will not move back to Atlanta. I'm sorry. But there's an energy out there that I just can't seem to put my finger on. No, I'm sorry. And I don't move backwards only for it. But don't get me wrong. If God tell me to go back to Atlanta, then I guess I'll just have to go back to Atlanta and thug it out. But no. But yeah. And how do I like Houston? I mean, I like it. It's really transformative for me. I haven't, like I said, I haven't seen everything yet. There's still so much more to see and to do. But right now, I do like it. I'm supposed to be going home next week. And I think I kind of do need that trip. Because it's not like I just hate Atlanta. Like, I mean, I miss it, but I feel like I just outgrown it. Like, I feel like Atlanta gave me all that it had to offer. And yeah, and it's time for new. It's time to build my legacy here. So yeah, that answers that question. Next question. My friend is so crazy. She said, how would you spend your last day on earth? Repenting, shoot, I need to make sure I'm getting into heaven. But that for sure. But telling people I love them, preparing people, because if I'm gone before my people and it's my last day on earth, I'm gonna be preparing my people, like telling them I love them, doing something fun, eating a burger. Yeah, that answers that. High school crush besides me, of course. You know how it missed. But sorry, sir, you were not my high school crush. You was cool though. You was mad cool, but you was not my high school crush. Do I really want to open that can of worms? Even though y'all know I had, like, let me look up what a crush is. It's a infatuation. Okay, my crush in high school is, I don't think it's gonna count as somebody that I was already dating, so I'm not gonna say anybody that I dated. I'm going to say my crush. My crush was Dylan. That boy Dylan, that was my crush. All right, moving on, and we're moving on quickly. Last question is, any advice in how to properly forgive yourself for past mistakes? Knowing that God does not shame you, it is the enemy that shames you. So whenever you feel shame for the things that you have done in the past, know that you are forgiven. You were forgiven the day that Jesus Christ got on that cross and died for your sins. Like, he knew that you was going to make the mistake, so he already forgave you in advance. So just knowing that life happens to all of us. Like, we have to make mistakes. We have to grow. Like, we're not going to know right from wrong unless we actually do it. So kind of like not beating yourself up, because that is just a moment. And that moment is going to pass. And it's going to be something new that you done did, something new that you experienced. So yeah, I feel like that's one thing that helped me, is knowing that it's the enemy who shames me and my Father has already forgiven me. So I hope that helps. How to properly forgive yourself, and like writing yourself a letter. Like, I think that comes with like self-love. When you love yourself, you're gonna love yourself unconditionally. So that means if you make a mistake, you forgive yourself and you love yourself and you move on and you grow from there. So yeah, that's my answer to that. So I love y'all. I really hope y'all enjoyed this Q&A. This was pretty cool. I enjoyed answering these questions. And this is day 14 of my 15-day challenge, y'all. We got one more day to go. I know y'all is proud of your girl. Tomorrow is when I can finally look on YouTube Studio and see my progress, because I've been trying so hard not to look on YouTube Studio. I even deleted the app off my phone. So yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this Q&A And I'll be back when I'm back. Or it's just tomorrow. But I love y'all. Bye. I love y'all.
Even if I look crazy, it's cool.